Hey guys, Crew of Blind Wave, I'm Eric.
Aaron.
I'm Calvin.
I'm Rick.
And we are here with the finale to Good Omens. Last time on. Yes, what happened, fellas?
The world is ending.
There haven't been a lot of Good Omens in this show.
What? Sure there have.
John Hamm?
That could
He's
have
not
been
an
really
Omen.
bad
He-
omens.
He's not particularly good.
No, just the actor. He's a good Omen.
He wasn't even in the last episode.
Yeah, I know. There was that good the guy's beard. Come on. That was a good Omen.
The guy's beard was pretty good.
The crazy beard. Yeah,
The
exactly.
Thunder Gun.
The Thunder Gun. Yes.
Pulsifer having sex.
Yep.
That
friendship.
wasn't
That was
last episode,
the episode
either.
before.
It ended in the last episode at the very beginning. They were still getting dressed. They had just finished, okay?
Also, imagination saved us from fire.
Imagination.
And we had a hell of a motorcycle gang.
Yep.
Aziraphale has possessed the whore, the hewer.
The whore?
I think she's more a spiritual channel
Psychic
rather
person.
than rather
Yeah,
than a
I mean,
whore.
she did have that whip, Calvin.
Lots of people have whips.
She's a medium.
Doesn't
Let's
mean
use
they're
the right word.
whores.
I got a whip doesn't mean I'm a whore.
She's a medium with whore tendencies.
Maybe she just likes whips. That wasn't even a whip.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like a nine tails or something?
It was a lash, I think is what it is.
Yeah, it wasn't like Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
A bullwhip.
Yeah, it wasn't one of those. It was something. No, the car blew up.
God damn it. That's no.
Do something! I am having a moment here. Crowley!
On the count of 3, then I'm going to use my finger.
Oh, where'd he go?
Chuck E. Cheese.
Use his finger.
Oh my god, what have you done?
Does he still think his finger is powerful? Oh my god.
We are here to lick some serious butt. Kick Aziraphale's king.
Lick.
Gosh.
Why are you two people?
Long
Is he
story.
gonna create a body for him?
You see, I was in my
It's
bookshop.
not right. You should go back to being two separate people again.
Yay!
This pull-out game is strong.
Run home and play with your dollies, little girl.
I do not endorse everyday sexism.
Oh, she has it. Okay.
They're both wearing
Real
red.
Friends. I believe in peace, bitch.
What? How'd she die?
Adam is giving her the power, probably.
Drop it, Pepper, quick!
I believe in a clean world.
He does, even though he's always filthy.
Yeah.
They won by believing
I
it.
Believe in food.
Believe it!
And a healthy lunch.
Healthy lunch!
It's a very good thing.
Didn't that used to be you also?
I did, huh?
I do believe it was.
Doggo!
Yay!
Get him!
Get him!
Yes!
I mean, if I actually wanted to improve this computer's performance, all I do is open it up and then click on the disk defragmenter.
Jeez!
All over the world, people who had been wrestling with switches found that they had switched.
You're the man in the car. You stole my book.
Oh, book girl! Catch!
Oh, what's that?
Oh no!
Good catch.
All his
Choof.
What is going on out here?
So, in the beginning, in the garden, there was, he was a wily old serpent, and I was technically on apple tree duty.
He's just gonna tell him the whole story.
Your birth, your destiny, they're part of the great plan.
Is that the Ineffable plan as well?
The ineffable.
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 Well, they're the same thing.
You don't know.
God does not play games with the universe.
Where have you been?
Where have you been?
You're a disobedient little brat, and I hope someone tells your father.
Oh, they will.
Whoa.
What the hell?
They showed up much cooler.
Oh, they're recalling him.
What's happening? I can feel something.
They did it. They told his father.
Oh, okay.
Satan himself.
That's the way it is it? Anyone wants to hurt the whore of Babylon is going to have to get past
The
me.
whore of Babylon.
Jeez.
Oh, the flaming sword.
Come up with something, or
Give an angel the sword? Does he kill Lucifer?
I'll never talk to you again.
Oh, what?
That's such a childish thing to say. I'm not gonna be your friend.
Oh. Look at this. And he has a sword.
They're in their formal uniforms.
You're human incarnate.
It's like literally the angel and devil on his shoulders.
Adam,
Yep.
reality will listen to you right now. You can change things.
And whatever happens, for good or for evil, we're beside you.
Oh, they have their.
He's holding his flaming car piece. You know what I mean?
It's his crank start.
Going to do. And do it quickly.
Oh, here it comes. Oh, he is huge.
My gosh, he's so pissed.
Holy shit!
Where's my son? You're my rebellious son? Come here.
You're not my dad. Dads don't wait until you're 11 to say hello, and then turn up to tell you off.
What?
If I'm in trouble with my dad, it's gonna be the dad who was there. You're not my dad!
What did you say?
You can do it. Say it, Adam. Say it again.
Come here.
You're not my dad.
No.
It worked.
Oh my gosh, why was he driving directly into Satan?
Sid Rat.
Sid Rat.
It's all worked out for the best, though. Just imagine how awful it might have been if we'd been at all competent.
So if I was to tell my wife what happened to me today, she wouldn't believe me.
It's how you did get back.
And I wouldn't blame her.
He died and he's alive.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm glad
He
he's
remembers.
Me too.
not dead. That poor man just doing his job.
Oh, I'm gonna regret asking this. But I'm gonna ask.
What? Why?
It's Dick Turpin.
What's your car called, Dick Turpin?
Yes.
It's called Dick Turpin because everywhere it goes, it holds up traffic.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
That was not worth the wait.
It was. That's gold.
It's just a little bit too,
Ineffable.
Ineffable.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's
sight.
funny seeing him here. That's meant to be bad luck. That's meant to be bad.
Uh-oh.
No, where'd he go?
No.
No.
Renegade angels all tied up with string.
These are a few of our favorite things.
Oh my god.
Stop them! What's wrong, love?
Oh no, demons.
Bad
luck, dear.
Yeah.
I suppose now I,
How many nipples have you
the
got?
Go on then.
How many
Oh my gosh.
Jezebel.
Just the two.
Well, that's all right then.
May we meet on a better occasion.
They teleport off
Shut
to
your
Alpha
stupid
Centauri.
mouth and die already.
Shut your stupid mouth.
Oh man, he can be snarky.
I don't suppose that anywhere in the 9 circles of hell there's such a thing as a rubber duck.
He's so calm. Feels good.
It's the Ineffable plan. You gotta let him go now, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Baptized by fire.
It may be worse than we thought.
Maybe worse than we thought.
He isn't one of us anymore.
So is it that idea? Oh, I love how he's fucking with him.
What is he?
So, you're probably thinking if he can do this, I wonder what else he can do. Very, very soon.
What you want looking at? Nothing to see, nothing to see here.
Splashing him with water.
I came to bring back the... Oh, Lord.
Oh, do as quick miracle, will you? I need a bathtub.
Love it.
She's burning him. No.
Oh, wow.
I would have read him.
I don't know, she just got free of her life being run entirely by.
Well, then give him to the angel who never dies. You know.
And I'm not allowed to do that. But I'd have to if you went and run away.
Oh my gosh.
All right, well, maybe not so human after all.
You bad dog! Stop! Come back here!
But his friends went that way.
Anyone looking?
Nobody. Right. Swap back then.
They're great. They're so good.
They were playing with fire.
Ah,
and would
that's
need to
so
choose
great.
Their faces wisely.
Oh,
And
that's
so
a
they
great
had.
transition.
It is.
I asked for a rubber duck. I made the Archangel Michael miracle me a towel.
A towel.
They'll leave us alone. For a bit. Time to leave the garden. Let me tempt you to a spot of lunch? Temptation accomplished.
I love this guy.
What about the Ritz?
Yeah.
I
So
believe the
great.
table for two has just miraculously come free.
I like to think none of this would have worked out if you weren't at heart just a little bit a good person.
And if you weren't, deep down, just enough of a bastard to be worth knowing.
While they were eating, for the first time ever, a nightingale actually did sing in Berkeley Square. Nobody heard it over the noise of the traffic, but it was there, right enough.
That certain night, the night we met at the Reds, and a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square.
All right. Ugh. Okay, Good Omens.
Yeah, I mean everything came together there pretty well, I think, for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For all the different characters and times that we've gone through different things, and how in the very first episode or second episode we're like, what the hell is the deal with this witch? What are we doing?
Yeah.
I think that what I felt throughout the series still holds true. The best parts of the show is Tennant and Michael Sheen together.
Yeah.
Whatever they're doing together is great. Everything
The
else
French-
is okay.
The friendship of those two characters, I feel like, really holds the whole show together. You know, no matter how silly or whatever everything is, and just those two characters just make it.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Feel the exact same way. That those two performances and those characters are captivating and extremely well performed, and the rest of it's just kind of background.
Except for the Witchfinder. He's also very good. The Witchfinder and the Harlot is also a really good one too. I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, everything else was okay, like in terms of like mythology and story and all of that. You know, the idea of like what is the plan, what is the grand plan versus what is, you know, what is actually to be. I think is interesting, but also can be a confusing / not an extremely deep thing to think about. But
I think there's a lot of cleverness to it,
Yeah.
but it's not especially captivating.
I was kind of surprised at how, like, the end with death, like, it was all the kids kind of defeating the different horses.
Yeah.
And the gun really wasn't anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I really wasn't expecting, like, this giant Satan thing to show up either.
Yeah.
And I kept trying to, like, listen, and I can't. The voice sounded. It was another one of those familiar voices, but I feel like that happens a lot. I mean, I couldn't place a voice, but it was the same in the Star Wars one recently, where there was like that king guy, and like his voice sounds so familiar too, but I'm like, I can't place him.
Well, I saw in the opening credit it's Benedict Cumberbatch as Satan.
Oh, really?
Okay. That
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense because I was like,
oh, whoa,
man,
wait, I don't remember seeing that before.
yeah, it's like this reminds me of some other voice from some fantasy like thing. I was like, yeah, so yeah, Lord of the Rings.
I guess if you need a giant creature on fire, he's the one to get.
Yeah.
I have to listen to it again now and see if I can hear Benedict in there.
Yeah,
That's
fine.
great.
That's cool. That's a funny thing to get.
So maybe I caught a Doctor Who reference with Sid Rat because
TARDIS,
because it's TARDIS backwards.
Yeah.
soon as I saw it, I was like, Sidrat. Maybe that's TARDIS. But he never got in the car or anything. I was like,
Where'd you see Sidrat at?
When his father pulls up in his car, the license plate said Sidrat.
Yeah.
And I wrote it down like Sidrat. I don't know what that is.
Oh yeah, it does.
And then like later in a scene, I wasn't like super interested. I looked down at it. I was like, it could be TARDIS, like the Mirror of Isred from Harry Potter, you know?
Yeah.
So maybe that's another Doctor Who reference in there.
Yeah, probably.
I would say that nothing on set happens by accident.
That's
like
true.
someone thought about it.
So how'd you guys
that's cool.
feel of the whole buildup of the car's name? What is it? Dick something?
Dick Turpin.
I mean,
I love it.
I mean, she's gonna break up with this guy in like a year, right? Because
no,
I don't see it. I think that. Yeah, I mean,
Wait,
it was an anti-joke, right?
How many nipples does she have?
Who, the witch?
Yeah, I
don't know.
She must have 3, right?
They should have
at
asked.
least.
Maybe.
There's no way of knowing.
Maybe 1. Where do you think Aziraphale sent the soldier? And what happened to the third baby?
Yeah, no, they just
they just forgot about him.
I'm just looking through my notes from the last 6 episodes. I'm like, where the fuck's that baby? It's kind of sad that like the one kid who was taken from his real parents, you know, was never raised with his parents. You know, it's kind of a sad story actually. But what happened to that third kid?
He was disposed of by that creepy nun.
I wonder if they're right. If Armageddon is going to be heaven and hell versus humanity, God of War style.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I did like the switching, and like as we kind of talked about it more, I kept on watching. I'm like, are there hints in this? Like,
there's little
ways
tiny
they're
hints.
talking
The way
or
they're
whatnot. Like the weirdest thing, and now that we know that they've been switched, maybe that's the reason. Whenever they caught Crowley, whenever he got knocked down, he said that weird rickety boo.
Yeah, he did.
Or whatever it was. And I'm like, what? What is that? Tickety boo? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, but maybe that's more of a a Aziraphale kind of thing rather than a Crowley kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But whenever you first time like, what is that? What's he talking about?
It did seem like the twists were a little telegraphed. Like that one was like, yeah, I think they're switched, or you know, him is fucking up a machine when he touches it. Like, yeah, I'm kind of expecting that to happen, you know. So it wasn't like really like, oh, gotcha, you know, in those moments. But it was still a fun show.
Yeah.
Regardless.
But like I was saying last time, you know, the plot isn't so complicated to where you have to be paying attention all the time. You know, you can just enjoy it and sit back and let the story happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, I don't need a Good Omens season 2, but I would like the adventures of Aziraphale and Crowley.
Yeah. I like the one thing where whenever the devil shows up and he's like, your father, who's no longer in heaven, which is the mirror of our Father who art in heaven.
Yeah.
That was funny.
That was good. I liked how Adam was stuck in the garden in the after of it. Although, so did he or did the dog make the bush wither?
Oh no, they said that he was human. I mean, they could be wrong, or the dog.
Well, that's what Crowley asked, but then Aziraphale said yes, as near as I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he has a little bit of
maybe.
Antichrist power left over. I don't know.
If I'm gonna guess, it's that the dog is still a little bit hellhound.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think that would be funny if he was like, be a real shame if you did that. Like using like he's still Adam, he still has these ideas and he plays these games, but just because he can't do it anymore doesn't mean that he can't make it happen.
Yeah.
So
it was really great seeing our main characters with their wings as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
in
cool.
The desert scene with Adam. Yeah, that was really cool. And I do like. I think Aaron was the one that brought it up in the reaction, like the very heavy reference to a devil and an angel on your shoulder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Except they're both saying the same thing.
Except they're both saying the same. Yeah, saying the same thing. It's great.
All right. Well, I don't have anything else. You guys?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else like really happened. I mean, as far as the show itself, I agree that I think it's a fun show that is really made with the two main characters, and like you can kind of like just enjoy it. It doesn't have like a bunch of like twists and turns that are like super unpredictable or anything, but just like a fun ride with these like two characters for the most part. And I love the idea of like, did this all happen because they weren't competent enough to do what they were supposed to do, or is this one of those like it's ineffable and
the ineffable plan?
This is what was meant to happen, and I love the way they kind of twist that around. It's like, well, you know the great plan, but you know the plan that you can't know. You know?
Yeah,
like, I love that. It was really fun the way they kind of spin all that around. And if this is all there is, then I think it's done well enough that I'm happy with all of it, and they don't need to have more. I know I heard rumors where, like Neil Gaiman was like looking at ideas of doing it, but it wasn't like a thing that's being rushed or anything like that. Like if it ever did happen, it would be years and years down the road. Is what I was looking at. So a part of it, I think, also had to do with the passing, right, of his
Terry Pratchett.
author.
Terry Pratchett, yeah.
So
because they were writing another book, and they didn't get it finished. But he was trying to finish the book so that it could be, as far as I know, another season. Or
there was an article I saw where like he's already working on other stuff, but he'd have to go and work on that, and he also would want to make sure that it would feel right with like what him and Pratchett worked on this. You know?
Yeah.
What I mean?
Yeah.
So they both have very similar, I think, writing styles, with the chemistry of the characters and the humor and stuff like that.
And the wordsmithery.
And the wordsmithery. I think he could pull it off, having such a close relationship to Sir Terry Pratchett.
All right, well, fun show, short show, something that we could do while we were stuck at home. A very bingeable show, it feels like. I bet you if I was watching this on my own, I probably could have went through it in like a couple days.
Yeah, definitely.
So, very cool. This is just a show we picked up, so no need for replacing it or anything, but you never know. I like doing these shorter shows, so if you have a short show that you really like and want us to maybe cover one day, put it down in the comments and give us some inspiration for stuff like that.
Yep. Doesn't mean we're going to do it, but just an idea.
And we'll do every one.
Very true.
All of them.
No. We'll do none of them.
Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it. If you guys enjoyed this and you want to see more shows, make sure you guys subscribe, and don't forget to vote over in polls, because we do have our poll shows that we have going on all the time, and that all happens over at Patreon, whether they're for live shows or for our ongoing catch-up series. Make sure you guys check out that, and check out all the links in the description below for things like live streams over at Twitch.